this week's Goddess Energy Forecast, where each week we share with you divine guidance on where you need to place your attention, your focus, your energy, and also bring through frequencies to help you heal, to inspire you, to empower you, and to uplift you. Here's your host, Abigail Mensah-Bonsu, with this week's Goddess Energy Forecast. Hello and welcome to this week's Goddess Energy Forecast. This is your girl Abigail Mensah-Bonsu here to share with you the flow of this week's energy. So welcome. Last week was quite an adventure, wasn't it? You know, as we entered into the new week through the new moon in Gemini portal, and then we had summer solstice. And then also Saturn went into retrograde. So it was just potent. If you didn't feel this one, I don't know. It was potent. And so this week, you know, we've come to another transition week. We're moving from one energy to the other. We're moving from June's energy to July's energy. And this is massive because we are now moving from the earth realm of the year into the spiritual realm of the year. So from January to June, you know, 1 to 6 basically is the spiritual realm, represents the spiritual realm. And then from July to December, 7 through 12, represents the spiritual realm. So you can, you know, apply this to, if you have an astrology chart, look at your chart. So all the houses from, you know, 1 to 6, all the experiences there is about the physical realm, your physical existence. And then from 7 to 12, which is usually above, represents your experiences in the spiritual realm. So it's the same concept here, but we're moving from that physical realm where what was highlighted had to do with our physical bodies, our physical lives, like this physical reality, and now we're moving into the spiritual realm where spirituality, our connection to source, our connection to spirit, to our guides, to our higher self, like those themes are more highlighted, and you can actually feel it. I've always been able to feel that shift. From now on, you notice the increase of spiritual energy, you know, and you tend to feel this more with the portals that also open. So our first one is going to be the 7/7 portal, which my dear goddesses, friends, and I are creating a ritual. I'm going to put the link below. We'll love to invite you to come join us, where we tap into the opulence, which is the royalty, the inner richness of our being. So activating that and bringing that to the forefront, and we're going to be bringing in wisdom to support you. So 7/7 portal is coming, and then you have 8/8 portal, 9/9 portal, 10/10, right? And then it just 11/11. We all know the 11/11 portal, and then 12/12 portal. I mean, that's like the highest point of spiritual energy, right? The veil keeps getting thinner and thinner and thinner. When we get to Halloween, All Hallows Eve is the thinnest, where we're just, it's like spirit is right there with us, right? So if you're someone who is not sensitive to energy, or maybe you're not paying attention to energy this time of the year, it will feel more potent. You should be able to feel it better, right? So it is, it's quite beautiful this time of the year. I love experiencing and watching the increase of spiritual energy and how it opens up to support us, because each month brings in its own flavor, right? So yeah, this week where it is that transition, that pivot from the physical realm into the spiritual realm, right? Where we end the year in there. So pay attention. Pay attention. The other thing that I wanted to talk about this week, you know, it's about the Saturn retrograde, and perhaps I talked a little bit about it. So the other thing I wanted to talk about is Saturn retrograde, and you know, Saturn went into retrograde last week. Very, very powerful. This planet of karma, of lessons, and what we need to learn from the lessons. So I might have talked a little bit about it last week, but I really wanted to highlight. The, you know, what this retrograde in Saturn, the opportunity that it gives us, is really about the crystallization of the golden nuggets that we've received from our lessons. So it's basically, this is where the lessons that we've learned, like what we've learned from the lessons, get anchored and integrated within us. It's also a time that, from the beginning of the year till now, if you were being asked to move through a challenge or learn something and you kept pushing it away or pretending it didn't exist, Saturn comes in as the major. It kind of pimp slaps you, right? So that you have no choice but to deal with it. Face it, move through it. Saturn is like, let's just get this done. So this time might feel intense for you if you've been ignoring the signs and also the guidance to move through something that is very key to your evolution, to your expansion, to you moving from where you are to that next phase that you've been praying about, right? So it has the ability to feel intense in that way. But remember, this is really about anchoring and integrating the lessons you've already learned and the lessons that you should have learned, because you will go through that cycle so that you can close that cycle before the next phase. And we're in this retrograde till November, so you have time. Saturn will guide you gently. So pay attention to the lessons that your soul is asking you to learn so that you can move forward, right? Remember, everything is happening for us and not to us. So moving through this time period with that mentality, with surrender, right, and grace will really see you through to the next level. Let's see here. What else? So we have transition week. We have Saturn retrograde wisdom. And also we're moving from the physical realm to the spiritual realm of the year. So June was in the energy of growth, and the aspect of the self that was activated was the growing self. We're moving from the energy of growth to now the energy of ceremony. So July is the month of ceremony, and it's also activating the relationship aspect of ourselves. This is beautiful because, again, relationship, the aspect of the whole theme of relationship doesn't even come into till like in the middle of the year. That's when that aspect of ourselves get activated. We start out with the new beginning aspect energy, or the playful self, conscious self, sensitive self, the beautiful self, the growing self, and now we're moving into that relationship self. So but it's relationship self and the energy of ceremony. So this is the month that you can connect to, sacred rituals, sacred prayers. Like, how can you bring in more of those sacred ceremonies into your life? How can you celebrate your life? How can you celebrate your journey? How can you celebrate the lessons that you've already learned, those golden nuggets that you've received from Saturn, right? All of that. This is a perfect month for that. So with this, let's go ahead and get centered. Close your eyes. Begin to breathe into your heart. Breathe into your body. So you can place one hand on your heart and the other on your womb or your stomach. And just breathe into your body, calling in your presence, your energy, every part of you back to yourself. Calling your power back to yourself. And I'm really calling your presence to the here and now. Your presence to the here and now. Calling your higher self into your heart. Go ahead and welcome him or her. And from here, bring your awareness to your heart space and notice that beautiful flower, fully in blossom with your higher self's divinity, divine self, divine energy supporting it. And in the center of the flower is that beautiful ball of light. And as you breathe into your heart, this ball of light expands and gets bigger. From your heart, imagine that ball of light extended channel all the way up, out through the top of your head, all the way up into the heavens until it reaches the heart of the Divine Father. And then go ahead and just plug right into the center of the Divine Father's heart, where it opens its heart and begin to pour into you that beautiful divine energy of heaven, that heavenly manna, right? Pour it into you, that support, that love pouring into you. Just feel that come down anchor into your heart, and then from there it expands throughout your entire body. So moving down your legs, out through your feet, and it anchors into the earth, creating these roots of light. And just breathe into this process where you are tapped in, aligned, and connected and attuned to heaven at this time, and divine Father or Source. And from here, bring your awareness back into your heart and see that light, that ball of light, now extend a channel all the way down. So down your body, down your legs, moving into the earth, moving through the different layers of the earth until it reaches the center of the earth, where you see the heart of the Divine Mother in full blossom. Go ahead and anchor right into the center of the Divine Mother's heart as she also opens up and begins to pour into you her divine nectar, her nurture, her medicine, her love for you. And bring it up through that channel, bring it all the way up, all the way up until it reaches your heart. And from there, it begins to expand out into every area within your body. And it continues upward until it comes out of the top of your head and spews all around you, moving into the different layers of your body. So the mental body, the emotional body, the physical body, and the spiritual body, supporting us on every level. Breathe. And now bring your awareness to the center of your heart, where all three energies reside. We have the energy from the Divine Father above, the energy or the light from the Divine Mother below, and then your own divinity through your higher self. See, sense, or feel all three lights or all three flames come together, merge into one potent ball of light. And from here, see this ball of light begin to pulsate out light. As this light increases and radiates outward, it moves outside of you and creates this crystalline bubble of light all around you. Go ahead and breathe into this space where you're connected to above, below, and your own center and your own divinity. And from here, go ahead and ask the question, which of these cards are for me this week? Which of these cards is here to support me this week, is here to guide me this week? 1, 2, or 3. Taking a deep breath in, receive, out. And once you have received your number or numbers, go ahead and open your eyes, ready to receive your guidance for the week. So the energy of this week being, we're moving from the month of growth to the month of ceremony. I want to use the Goddesses, Gods, and Guardians Oracle deck. Is calling me. It reminds me of like bringing that ancestral support to guide us through the week. So let's see what comes through. All right. So if you received card number 1, you are working with Asclepius. And the message that comes with this card is sacred healing. And this card brings about support for your health. And also it's asking you to be a medical innovator. So a little bit about Asclepius. So he was the greatest healer of the ancient world. As a baby, he glowed with a halo of golden light. By the age of 6, Asclepius could name every medicinal plant and understood basic anatomy. Mentored by Chiron, the centaur, he matured into a consummate physician, surgeon, and pioneer of scientific medicine. His vast sanctuary at Epidaurus comprised a sports stadium, theater, baths, a dream temple, and a hospital. Asclepius believed that the injured and infirmed need medical treatment in combination with exercise, music, dance, and story. His priest would record patients' dreams and use the information to prescribe a cure. The serpent intertwined rod of Asclepius is a symbol for the numerous medical institutions today. So here's the message. The Greek god of medicine, rejuvenation, and healing comes into your life today to offer a dose of positive energy for your well-being. If you're dealing with an illness, injury, or ailment, Asclepius understands your struggle and suffering. He knows the anxiety, depression, and frustration that can accompany long and short-term health problems. Asclepius leads you into his sun-filled sanctuary garden full of medicinal plants. And he says, I am here to take care of you. Trust that you are in good hands. You are safe in your body. I watch over the medical profession and can guide you to the right doctors and treatments. Invoke me before surgeries or consultations, and I'll work my life through your practitioners. Healing from illness is never purely physical. There are always emotional, psychological, and spiritual elements. Asclepius was a master at blending scientific and holistic methods. He's presently guiding medical professionals and researchers to combine traditional and complementary practices. Could you be a part of this new era of sacred medicine? And here are additional meanings of this card that you might resonate with. Your divine life purpose is in the medical profession. Work with integrative medicine, which is conventional treatments combined with complementary therapies for yourself or as a practitioner. Illness is sometimes a sign of a life that needs rerouting. Be honest with yourself about what you would like to change. And here's your invocation to work with this week. I take responsibility for my health. I heal my mind, spirit, and body. I take responsibility for my health. I heal my mind, spirit, and body. So that is card number 1. If you received card number 2, you are working with Hathor. Woohoo! I love this Egyptian goddess. So this card is about soul family, and it says it's about destined reunions, and it says support for your journey is here. So a little bit about Hathor, if you're not familiar with her. Beloved to ancient Egyptians for over 3,000 years, Hathor is a goddess of light, joy, and gratitude. She was a guardian spirit of women and nourished the universe with her milk, including her son Ra. Her temples were full of dancing, music, and pleasures. Her symbols are the sun and moon, a lioness, a winged cow, a sycamore tree, and a rattle used as celebrations. Queen of both the underworld and the sky, this multi-talented goddess manifested as the 7 Hathors who appeared at a child's birth and foretold its destiny. In goddess spirituality, Hathor presides over the moon temples, sacred gatherings that draw together ancient soul circles to receive divine downloads and worship the goddess. So here's your message if you received card number 2, Hathor, if you're working with Hathor this week. A magical time of reconnecting with your soul family has arrived. When you incarnated in this lifetime, your soul planned to reunite with this ancient lineage, kindred spirits that you knew in previous lifetimes, both on Earth and in the cosmos. You don't have to know how this will happen. It's written in the stars that you'll be brought together. When you meet members of your soul family, it's an instant and intuitive recognition of mutual understanding and emotional safety. You won't need to analyze why you feel so seen and supported by them. It can be an unspoken knowing that brings relief from a previous solitary soul-guided path. Your soul family will always want you to shine brightly. They won't be threatened by your expansion or successes. On the contrary, some of them will go out of their way to help you achieve your spiritual mission. This may be a time of re-initiation into the moon temples, where you will rediscover sacred teachings, engage in magical rituals, and connect with lunar cycles. Here are additional meanings that you might resonate with. So you share an important soul connection with this person. Let Hathor guide the relationship. Receive motherly love from a parent, friend, or group who can look after you. Join a dancing, singing, or music class. And here's the invocation that you can work with for the week. I'm not alone. My soul family are arriving to lift me up. I'm not alone. My soul family are arriving to lift me up. Card number 2, Hathor. And if you receive 3, you are working with the fiery goddess Pele. This card says, light your fire. And it says, channel your creative and emotional passion. Get energized. A little bit about Pele. She is the passionate goddess of volcanoes and fire who created the Hawaiian Islands. She's said to dwell in the crater of Kilauea volcano. Pele's molten lava both creates and destroys. Legend says that Pele journeyed from Tahiti to Hawaii in a canoe and was killed in a tempestuous clash with her sister, a Tahitian sea goddess. Pele's spirit lived on in the volcano, shape-shifting and reappearing to the Hawaiian people at will. Powerful yet capricious, she can succumb to outbursts of jealousy that create volcanic eruptions. Pele shows us how to work creatively with intense volatile energies and harness our inner fire. So here's the message that comes with this card. Pele explodes into your world this week with volcanic force and searing heat, so prepare to be shaken and stared. You may have been doing a good job at keeping a lid on your emotions and passions, but something might be about to erupt. As long as you channel them positively, you can boldly let your fiery feelings and creative juices flow. If you've been feeling lackluster recently, Pele is here to light the fire in your belly. Imagine this flaming goddess standing in front of you, warming up your solar plexus. She sends energizing sparks throughout your entire body. If you are feeling jealous, try Pele's healing remedy. Consider the person you're jealous of as symbolizing an aspect of your own inner power that you haven't yet claimed. Reframe this person as an inspiration rather than a threat. And if they can do it or have it, so can you. Pele invites you to turn up the heat in your life. Be an ardent lover, an enthusiastic contributor, a fervent force of dynamic creativity. Don't withhold your passion. Live with your soul on fire. And here are additional meanings that you might resonate with. Express and explore your sexuality in safe ways. Channel your anger creatively to create positive change through writing, art, physical movements, campaigning, public speaking, and so forth. Respectfully visit and support Hawaii's sacred cultural sites. And here's the invocation that comes with this card this week that you can work with. I express intense energy in positive ways. I embrace the fire within. I express the intense energy in positive ways. I embrace the fire within. So be it, and so it is, and so it is. Well, that is it for this week's Goddess Energy Forecast. You know, whether you are working with Asclepius to really tap into your sacred medicine, or beloved Hathor, which you are reunited with your soul family, or Pele, which is just igniting that fire within you, which is perfect in this summer season, right? You are being held and you're being guided by powerful beings of light who are here to support you and guide you through this week. So I hope you enjoyed this Goddess Energy Forecast. If you know anyone who might need to listen to this, please feel free to send it to them. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. Please feel free to send this to them. If you haven't already yet, go ahead and subscribe to either my YouTube channel or my podcast, and I would love to hear from you which of these cards resonated with you. Before I end this forecast, I would like to extend an invitation for you. So myself and 3 of my goddess friends were coming together to create a beautiful masterclass on the 7/7 portal. So we're going to be igniting the inner richness to bring it forth into the world. So it's called the Inner Opulence Summit. And again, it's going to be July 7th. So look out for that. I'll put the link below. Go ahead and sign up for it. I'm going to be bringing through goddess activations. And there's going to be wisdom from Ayurveda medicine to really help you support your body. There's going to be human design wisdom to support you, emotional alchemy, numerology, kundalini, yogic technology. Like, it's going to be incredible. So again, it is free. So go ahead and register for your spot. It's going to be a live Zoom call. So you're going to be live with us as we move through these teachings and rituals and ceremony to really anchor that 7/7 portal into our being. And this portal is very important because we are in the 7th year as well. So we're going to be, we have July, which is 7, on the 7th day, right? And then in the 7th year. So this energy is so potent this day, and we're going to use that to just activate that. Of course, when we tuned in, it's like richness, royalty, luxury, like that was coming through. And so we chose the word opulence, and it's such a delicious word, isn't it? So again, find the link below, click on it, register, and then come join us on 7/7 through this beautiful masterclass, powerful masterclass. If anything, just come ready to receive an activation and some wisdom, right, to support you for the rest of the year. All right, my loves, thank you so much for receiving this week's Goddess Energy Forecast, for sharing, for subscribing to my channel. I'm so grateful for your support. Until next time, have a fabulous week.